Hi all, welcome back to my channel. My name is SG Alien, aka Chris Armstrong, and this is just a quick video to basically update you as to where I've been, how the rig's going, and where the channel's going to go. So where have I been? Basically, life happened, and I decided to get myself back into the workforce, and I became a security consultant once again. So I've been super busy with work there. It leaves you with very little time, but I'm at the point now where I'm jigging my time enough so I can go back to YouTube, utilize little fast videos like this, but give you a lot of good quality information and of course great content. Hopefully you guys will keep watching and advocate so other people subscribe. How's the mining rig doing? So the mining rig is actually on screen. You can see it right behind me. It's there. There we go, it's right there. So from the build, it was in a big frame, still have all of that, and that's fantastic. But when I did the build, I did one thing. I did my research. But research is not all-knowing. So what do I mean by that? I learned all of the parts and components that you need, how they go together, and then how to put the system software on there, and the mining software, get it connected, get it working. The problems I've had with this rig have been, I seem to be the only person in the world that has problems that no one else seems to have. But in a way that's great, because I'm sure there is someone out there, they just haven't had such a problem that they put it out onto the net. So what problems have I had with this rig? First off, connectivity, so dropping in and out. Why has this been? The main reason, number one, has been RAM. For some reason, the RAM can get a little bit hot and it unseats itself. Maybe it's the board, maybe it's the heat. When things get hot, when metals get hot, they expand and it can actually disconnect with the board. This is a problem that's come up a few times in posts more recently, but back when I made the build, when you guys watched that thing, I couldn't find anything. So I worked backwards. I started taking bits out and turning the rig on without these things, and then I sort of researched what would happen to a computer if you do this with it, and I found my answer, and it came to the RAM. I don't suggest you guys do this. For me, this was more of a project to begin with. Now it's become a hobby, an obsession, fallen in love with the crypto world, but you have to be very careful with it. I've both made a lot of money and then lost a vast amount of money in it as well. Now I'm back to being sort of stable, but it's not made me rich. Is it still worth doing? Yes and no. Okay, why is it still worth doing? You can make money from it, but you really need to put a lot in to get a lot back. And then once it's paid itself off, then hopefully you continue to make X amount. We all know this. This is why you're into mining anyway. But it's having more mining power really matters more now than it did then. When I made the video, simply because more people are mining, so you need the bulk of the power. Why is it not so much worth mining now? Well, the biggest problem coming up in the next month, so I think it's around about June 20th to June 24th, ASICs are going to be released that can mine essentially any algorithm, even ASIC resistant ones, such as Bitcoin Gold is using. The problem with that is basically even if you have a small mining farm, so say this room that I'm in here, which is like 8 by 8, even if this was, full of, let's say I could have 2,000 mega hash worth of Ethereum power, one machine is just going to trounce it. So one ASIC, the new ASIC, is going to destroy that, or even two. Maybe not on total hashing comparability, but on power consumption to hashing. So when you look at that side of things, it's a totally it's a losing game. One good thing for gamers, the prices of your GPUs are going to be probably slashed back to half, which is, I guess, the normal prices. But ASICs will rule the day, I think. Where's this channel going? So, oh, hang on, sorry, I'll just finish up with this. So what I did with this, I took it out of the main frame, and I basically put it into this this sort of setup just because I had a great idea one day. I decided to sell off the less profitable 4 gig GPUs that I had at the time, and I had my two RX 290s which are both 8 gigs, really, really power hungry. They eat up about, crikey, I think 240 watts each. So one 1000 watt PSU at the base. Then on either side you have the RX 290s, 8 gigabyte GPUs running, and then on one face, all hot glued together, and it's absolutely fine. I haven't had a problem with it in about, gosh, 6 months. But just like that, absolutely solid. And then on the final side, just a piece of like the signboard plastic I just bought from, I think in the UK it's called Staples. Here in Singapore, gosh, totally left my head now. But anyway, from a stationery store, you can buy the signboard type material. So you go and get that, and I basically put it all together, hot glued it all together. All the wires are fine, all zip tied, so it's all bunched nicely. I'll do a video breakdown on this new rig build. Other things that you can do to maximize profitability for things like this, where it's less efficient power-wise, but you have older GPUs that are still good. I would suggest downloading storage and utilizing the SSD to basically use it as storage, and you'll get some ERC20 tokens called storage, depending on how many people store their data on your drive. It's basically decentralized. If I have a 1 gigabyte file, it will chop it into X amount of parts, about 30 splices, then encrypt it, and you'll get what's known as shards. So that's like broken pieces of it. So even if you're the bloody FBI or the NSA, you're not going to be able to put this file back together, because it's distributed and then copied 30 times. So if the machine goes offline, whoever stored this information, the actual person who's paid for the service, where we get paid from, their storage isn't lost. And that's how that works. So storage, take a look at that, guys. Not trying to shill the thing there, but it is a good program. Other ones, Seacoin, and you can use hard drives for mining, which is on Burstcoin. There we go. So you can look at that. So where's the channel going to go now that I've covered the machine, where that is, and what I've done? So I'm looking at several things. So I'm working on several other projects. So one, I created my own cryptocurrency called Sol Token, and you can check out the website at soltoken.co.uk. Please take a look. Send me some messages. Everybody gets basically one free Sol token, because the purpose behind it is distribution. So to get the coins out there in order for adoption. So if cryptocurrency is ever going to become more than some quick stock market buy, sell type situation, which is where we've been for the past few years, especially in the past 2 years, people need to have these coins, and they need to have easy access. So we're just giving away one free Sol token to anyone who requests it on the site. So just go to soltoken.co.uk. I'll leave a link in the description for you guys. You can just one click and you're there. It's going to be an evolving platform. So on it, you can go to Sol Token and get the latest news. I would like to say the latest worthy news, which is non-FUD. How do I give you non-FUD news? Well, I'll simply give you a brief summary of what's going on, and then a link to the actual source. So if Bitmain says we're launching this many ant miners or whatever it is, so the ASIC miners, then we can take that link, give a summary, take the link, put it in there, and you go straight to the source. You don't have to utilize me and take my word for it, because I could be lying. I mean, I'm not, but I could be. And that's the problem with the crypto scene. So in order to create transparency and effectively get more people into the crypto world to understand it, at least, and then to start using it, and then hopefully the more mainstream coins, because that's what's circulating, soltoken.co.uk hopefully will do that. So a news platform, then promoting, in a way, decentralized exchanging. So we'll be doing that by having a link. So all of this is going to be like links to good sources that I've found. If anyone finds that there is something not so great, we'll actually do like a reward system. So I believe Apple and Microsoft do things like this. A lot of software companies do, where they release some beta software. If you can find some issues with it or something's not quite right, they'll give you a reward for fixing a bug. So really, if you find like a link is not working, or the information isn't quite right, or I've not found the true source, please just let us know, for transparency, we'd love to be able to update that, and we'll send you some free Sol tokens. So for the channel, we created our own currency, Sol token. That's pretty cool, right? Because everyone deserves a Sol, so you get one for free. On top of that, what else? So I'm also developing like an advertising marketing scene for a company called Tipsy Drinks, which I'm a part of. So what is Tipsy Drinks and why? Why? I've got a friend in the UK by the name of Tim. That's all I'm going to say. So met him when I was in the army. Good bloke. And he came up with an idea for drug testing for your drinks. So when you're out at clubs and things, in the UK we've had a lot of people who have been spiked. So that's where they've had a drink and they put it down and someone's dropped a tablet in, then they've been drugged or roofied, I think it may be called, and then basically something bad's happened to them. They've either been robbed or sexually assaulted. So in order to help to give some protection to people, and at the very least awareness, awareness is so key in so many things, and transparency and support for these things. I think we really need to do that, and that's what soltoken.co.uk is going to be. I know it sounds like I'm promoting that a lot, but the point being is a lot of this is going to be linked to there because it's sort of a platform for great platforms, great ideas. So we've got trusted, known, decentralized exchanges like the Waves exchange. A drinks platform such as Tipsy Drinks, which promotes bars and clubs and eateries that support Beer Buddy. So Beer Buddy is essentially a 3D printed beer mat with a drug testing kit in, all protected under our copyright. So that's awesome. So that's our unique selling point for that. And what we're going to look at doing is accepting crypto for Beer Buddy. I say we, so myself and the creator of Drink Buddy. I keep calling it Beer Buddy. It started off as Beer Buddy. It's Drinks Buddy. So the mat is called Drinks Buddy, and it's just going to have a little transparent square on it, and you're going to be able to put your finger in your drink and then put the drink liquid onto the tester, and it will actually tell you A, if there's anything there, and B, what is it out of the most common things that people are being affected by. So that's a pretty awesome idea, I think. You can purchase these mats in the coming months. We will do a video on that and update it. We're currently finalizing design and then going to have these things 3D printed and shipped everywhere. So yeah, or you can even order your own version of the design, but that will go through everything else, working out with Tim. Tim, you're the man. Bring safe drinking to the world, buddy. So yeah, what else? So we've got exchanges, Tipsy Drinks, which is for safe, supported drinking via drinks, Drink Buddy. So that's doing that. So it's 3 things. So really, Tipsy Drinks and the Drink Buddy are one thing, but they're 2 separate entities because they work together. It's like a train track. They're parallel. I'm waffling. Anyway, yeah, there's those things. And then we've got 1 or 2 other things in the works, such as new rig builds, but potentially on hard drive mining and secure storage. So that's the shattered side of the storage, like with Storage or Seer. And maybe some trading and coins I support. So I know someone's now going to ask in the comments, what coins do I support? Well, what coins do I really like? I think, oh crikey, this is a really tough one because I don't want it to seem like I'm shilling any. And I don't want the world to know everything that I have either. So what are some of the top coins that you can probably relate to? So Litecoin, I like Litecoin. Litecoin is a great means of exchange. Here in Singapore, I've stopped using Coinbase and I now use a Bitcoin ATM, which also happens to sell or to offer Litecoin. So I get some Litecoin and then I can actually turn it into some of the other coins. I like Bitcoin. It's something that basically I only like it because it's like Monero, but I was able to mine an awful lot of those coins with this great machine behind me at 58 mega hash. It was getting in, gosh, hundreds when I started. And now because an ASIC has been released for Bitcoin, it will probably take me a week to mine 1 Bitcoin. and at the price it's at, it's just not worth it. So now it's just mining the Ethereum Classic. Tether, I like Tether. I'm looking into Tether because Tether is basically like the Waves wallet, the Waves platform. And what it does is, it's once they release the wallet, but once they do, you can see who wants to buy and who wants to sell in your local immediate area. Now that's really awesome if you want to suddenly go and buy some crypto from someone, but you don't know where an exchange is, or you don't want to go through the know your customer thing. But yeah, other than that, any questions, please ask them in the comments. I'm well and truly back. I'm going to be doing a lot more of these based videos, just because they're short, sweet, quick to get out there. I know this one's gone from being a short video to a bit of a ramble. I hope it's been informative. Please submit your comments and I will get back to you guys as soon as possible. Many more to come to follow up with, and some great subjects. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and if you've liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, feel free to hit that subscribe button. But from me, SG Alien, aka Chris Armstrong, I'll see you in the next one. We was hungry for a meal, now a meal is what we got, cuz we do a big non-stop, middle fingers to the sky like motherfucker.